So if you don't have vitamin D in your diet with the calcium, it's not going to absorb very much. That's why some milk you buy is fortified with vitamin D. Used to be back in the day, people went outside and got vitamin D. From the sun, yep. Your skin will convert like the UV rays or something into vitamin D. And then you can use that. As well as being strong, your bones resist shattering. Just some interesting facts that they decided to put on the PowerPoint. There's collagen fibers in your bone, probably from that cartilage part. Remember yesterday we said that bone used to be cartilage? And actually, if you're still growing, you have a lot of cartilage at the ends of your bones. Although most of you, I'm pretty sure. About done. Your bone cells are called osteocytes. And we'll look at that in more detail. But each osteocyte is going to be surrounded by little canals. And they're going to be in like rings, concentric circles. So they're arranged around central canals within a matrix. And small channels through the matrix called canaliculi access blood supply. So we're going to look at that in detail here in a little bit. The microanatomy of the bone structure, which is called histology. And the periosteum is on the outside of bone tissue. It's a connective tissue around the bone. It covers the bone surface. It's fibrous. It's a lot like that aponeurosis we talked about the other day. You probably want to insert a graphic similar to this into your notes if you can find it. But here you have the cellular structure of the bone if you look at it up close. So the picture on the left is what it would look like under the microscope. It's kind of a brown, dull color. And all those, there's like little tiny canals in there that supply each cell with blood. So this is a vascular tissue. Lots of blood supply to your bones. Each one of those black dots in there would be a osteocyte. Well, there's osteocytes in them. Well, they're in like little chambers called lacunae. We talked about that yesterday with the cartilage. So the osteocytes are within lacunae as well, because remember that bone used to be cartilage. So it goes through a process called ossification and turns the cartilage tissue into bone tissue. So they're going to be very similar. Then they arrange around in concentric circles. And one of these here is called an osteon. So I'll use yellow, and I'll circle the osteon. Can you see that in yellow? Probably not. That didn't come out right. Blue. Can you see that? Still can't see that. Turn my highlighter. Here, I'll shade the entire osteon in blue. Okay, that whole thing is one osteon. And inside, there's a central canal. That central canal has a larger blood supply in it, so blood vessels in there. And on the outside, this is, if you took a section of bone and like a corner of it and looked at it, on the outside you see the periosteum, which is right on the outside.